listening to the Betmaker Show. This is the odds to win the Tour Championship FedEx Cup analysis and picks preview for Monday, August 31st, 2020. And now, live from Las Vegas, the host of the Betmaker Show, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. We've made it to the end of the season. The Tour Championship, East Lake, coming up Sunday. 30 golfers, big balloons, 15 million potatoes to the winner. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Cam Stewart is north of the border. I'm a happy guy today, Cam, but if this was 10 years ago, I'd have probably taken it out on you. We talked about this yesterday morning. Yeah. When we got to the final round. We did the podcast last week.
Yeah. Okay, go continue, and then I'll have my.
Let me give the story. And then,
yeah.
Well, no. Then I was all in, and you know who's the last guy in the world playing chalk in a golf
tournament? Not you, but you this week.
And I was all in on Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
And anyway, the long story short is, if this were 10 years ago, because you'll remember this, I had Victor Dubuisson,
yes,
of all people, at 100-1, which, by the way they bet golf and indexes now in the match play, however many years ago that was, if they were betting golf the way they were betting golf now, Victor Dubuisson would have been 400-1 back then. But I had him at 100-1 in the match play, and he makes it to the final against Jason Day. He, miracle shots out of the cactus. It is that. Anyway, he loses finally on like the 5th extra playoff hole. But the story is that when he went to the final, you had like a 25-minute window for him to get the bet in on him. And there was no way you could do anything about it back then. Well, literally, I'm kind of crestfallen. Johnson blows the tournament. He pours in the 30-footer, probably a 1-in-20 putt. Cam, you know me, I can't move very fast. I dove to the phone and hedged right out, minus 105 either way, bet Rahm, and didn't matter what happened in the playoff. And I knew you had Rahm and DJ. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and then Rahm pours that putt in. That's a 1-in-50 putt. Absolutely remarkable. But the betting story is, it's just amazing with technology and apps and the different offerings and in-play wagering. It's a different world now.
It is. I thought you were going to blame me for what happened. I was like, you called me, buddy. You're like, hey, pal, want to chat? I'm like, yeah, I live bet Rob at 66 like over the weekend. Honestly, Brian, and you want to hear something crazy? I have all these futures with Vegas and hockey and whatever, right? I had $6.76 in my account at the time. I put it on Rahm. It was 80-1 on one of my books. So I wake up now, there's like $700-800 in there. I literally, on my other one, I got him at 12-1 before the start of the tournament. And I think live, I only had like a little bit there. I got so much tied up in NBA and hockey. That's kind of the thing. And I didn't want to go to the bank and, let's put more money on this thing, more money in the account. But as we talked about before, Brian, 7-8 strokes, you know what I mean? With these world-class players, this is the way to attack this stuff. Like you're never out of a tournament. And Rahm even had a penalty stroke for the, for
picking up his ball without marking it.
Picking up his ball without marking it. So, we wouldn't even have been there in the playoff there. But anyway, it's crazy.
Well, no, the moral of the story is what we tell you to do kind of in this podcast. And that you're right. I mean, I don't want this stuff to end. I mean, whatever, it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, 50-1 Colin Morikawa Friday night. Sunday morning, Jim Herman, 50-1. And then you live bet John Rahm.
Yep.
I'm telling you, your eyeballs are the greatest gift that God gave you. Okay? I'm sitting there, analytics in hockey. Get me a vomit bag. Okay? Game 1, Vegas and Vancouver, Louis Roussel had a 78% Corsi. Ryan Reeves had a 28% Corsi. Ryan Reeves had such an impact on the game, and Roussel was a detriment to the game. But if you read the analytics crap, they're telling you, let's trade for Louis Roussel. analytics is hot garbage, and I don't care what anybody says. It has a small place.
Yep. It does. Puck possessions.
Your eyes are the gift.
You got to watch the game. You got to also know when a team has another team's number. It's pretty simple. Like you're watching the Vegas game going, they're faster than Vancouver. They're better than Vancouver. But anyway, in golf, this is the beautiful thing. And it reigns true more on tough courses. Like in a regular tournament, you know what I mean? There's going to be guys, you can come back. But when things get really, really tough, and this tournament played like a major, the BMW played like a major, I loved it. Par's a good score. I see guys, Tiger Woods +9, +10, guys +16. I think Leishman was +27. I'm just going, this is great.
I would say this
is
before
awesome.
I forget. Before I forget, I mean, literally, think about this now. What you just said rings true. And honestly, I scanned through the golf. I was sitting and watching golf for 4 days, not whistling through it, because a U.S. Open broke out here. It's basically what happened. So if a U.S. Open broke out where they're trying to break par, you look at the same cast of characters for the U.S. Open at Winged Foot. I mean, you've got to look at Johnson, Rahm. I would say to you, when the U.S. Open gets here, Brendan Todd can roll the rock and he hits fairways. And Matthew Fitzpatrick possibly. I would look at guys that played well this week, and they should be at the top of your list for Winged Foot and the U.S. Open in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with Tony Finau too. You know what I mean? When
Sure.
he's not the front runner, he can come from behind, and I think he's going to win a tournament probably by posting a number. He's not that guy. When he looks at the leaderboard, bad things happen. His putting stroke gets weird. But I will say, yes, exactly. You look at the same guys, and when the same guys are, 7-8 shots back, and you're looking at the number going, wow, yeah, those are the guys you take. I hate to say it, a lot of these other guys, they look nice. Here's the thing, Hideki Matsuyama, sure, he played well this week, but he was in danger the whole time. If you really look, Dustin Johnson and John Rahm were the best players on the course. Rahm, after the first round, he was money. The guy was the best guy in the tournament. Dustin Johnson was the best guy in the tournament for 3 rounds. And in the 4th round, he had a couple loose shots that cost him the tournament. It was craziness at the end. What can we say about golf? Remember the Morikawa-Justin Thomas battle, too? 2 bomb putts like that. I can't believe the things that I'm seeing right now. Those guys, the golf has been better than anything. For people that don't like golf, are you crazy? Well, you're compared to any other sport that's on right now, golf has been the best, in my opinion.
Well, think about it. I mean, Morikawa hit his shot on 16, I believe. He basically kind of won the tournament there. But at the time, there were 6 guys in with a chance to win. But every other tournament's come down to the last hole.
Yeah, I know. It's been fantastic. And you're right, Brian. Back in the day when we used to usually have the 2nd and 3rd place guy, there was no ways to get out. We've been betting this thing for a long time, but just before live betting got really popular, now we just sat there and basically took punches in the face and say, please, can I put money in this other guy? And you're just sitting there getting smoked. But in today's world, you said it. You had a head situation. You identified Rahm was hot, and there you go. You don't lose any money. That's the good news.
What's amazing is it's when match play, when crazy things happen. I mean, first of all, Neiman hits it. It's going out of bounds, hits a tree, and comes out. And I'm like, this kid's destined to win. Then I think Rahm had one earlier in the day that gets spit out. And then Johnson hits a horrible shot, and it bounces back into the fairway, and he puts it in the middle of the green because Rahm's dead. And then Rahm makes the bomb. It's amazing.
Yeah, and Neiman should have been out of that turn. He was there too, lingering, and he did the same thing Rahm was. His ball was going even more out of bounds. It hit a tree and then bounced back into the fairway. I can't believe how that. I'm watching that hole going. All these guys could have been toast, and the ball hit. Remember the best is Will Marshall, Brian. He's looking squatting down like a center in football. Hey, buddy, the ball's in the fairway. He's still looking to see if a squirrel got it. Oh, God, I was pissing myself.
I was going to call you to say I won't bother you. But I'm telling you, when this one shot happened, literally, the nightmare flashback, and I've told this story 1,000 times before. I was going to call you to see if you remembered, but Neiman really did look like he was going to win.
Yeah, he did
for a pretty healthy stretch of time. He has the one shot's going to be gets spit out. Then he hits a shot that's going like its hair's on fire. and all of a sudden I've got the CT Pan flashback.
Oh, I know.
Where,
That's what I
where
do.
there are
I
no
know.
fans. There are no fans, and some jackass Marshall, it hits his chair.
That's what I said to Lisa. Like she got like she sat there. I go, do you understand? Like she watches a golf with me now. She goes, this is ridiculous. I go, yes, it is ridiculous. The ball would have gone 30 more yards down the damn hill, and he's done. Now he's got a chance to save it. And if you're a patron, wake up. There's no fans at the damn course. You can't be lounging like you're having a margarita on the beach. Pay attention to what the hell's happening. I'm with you, Brian. I'm like, what the hell are these people even doing by the green? Move to the side. Move to the side. Like, and watch these guys shoot. Like, that's the thing.
Well, I mean,
oh man,
but the jackass, it's a little. It's got to weigh 3 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
A white chair. And the guy, the ball's coming. So he stands up and moves out of the way, and the ball hits the chair. It's like, pick up the chair, you dope.
I know, I agree. What a stooge. Anyway, it was a great golf tournament.
All right, you ready?
What are we doing for the Tour Championship?
Okay. I'm going Grassy Knoll.
Yeah.
I'm going Grassy Knoll. I got the winner. You ready?
Yeah, I'm. Can I guess?
Well, okay, it's Grassy Knoll. All right.
Grassy Knoll.
You gotta really read between the lines here. It's a conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy.
No, I don't. Okay.
You got me thinking. What, DeChambeau?
These guys play for a lot of dough.
They do.
Right? The FedEx Cup. I mean,
Yeah.
the now you literally, if you make the top 30, you drive into the parking lot here at East Lake. You walk to the first tee, you're getting just under $400,000 just for being
beautiful,
right? And the exemptions and all the things they get. So, if you're telling me the kind of money they just played for this week at the BMW, it must be nice to have that kind of luxury to make a decision like this. But Webb Simpson says, "I'm not playing in this thing. I'm going to probably drop a couple of spots." And I don't give a rat's ass. I'm spending the entire week working on whatever I need to work on. So Webb Simpson forgoes a field whittled down to 70, with a boatload of dough on the line to stay home and work on his game. And he's coming 4 shots off the pace at 14-1. I mean, he's telling me money don't mean, money matters, but he's not worried about having a chance to win $1 million. He went all in to win the $15 million. If Webb Simpson didn't show up last week, what do you think he's been doing? Those guys are grinding away in a golf tournament. This guy's working on every facet of his game. I am all about Webb Simpson this week.
I got no problem with that. The thing is, the way I look at it, and we also have to attack this thing smart, you can't, like a guy at even par starting it is not going to win this tournament. Because Dustin Johnson starts with a 10-shot lead. I'm sorry. Mark Leishman, Kevin Na, Mackenzie Hughes, like, good luck to you. You can move up, but I think I would be as far back as I would go would probably be about a 4 or 5 under. 5 shots.
Well, here's the thing. So, I mean, what you just said is right. It's sad, but it's right. Because I got Billy Horschel there, and I've got him at 200-1, and he's 10 back. Okay. Oh, well. At least he's there. Yeah. I mean, he's got to shoot 61-61. Okay. But Rory McIlroy is the defending champ, and he came from 5 back last year. I mean, come on, 5 shots over 4 days. We just got done talking about
5 shots over 4 days is different, but the thing is, this is also the point that I'm trying to make is this is Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Webb Simpson. This isn't Troy Merritt. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it plays like a major. These are guys that are in majors. So I don't want to contradict myself, but the jumping quality players is going to be a little bit different when everybody's good. McIlroy's a good price this week. Like, I don't like, I'm saying he played a little
7
bit better.
back.
Like,
well, he's 7 back.
I don't know, man. I like your Webb Simpson pick. And for me, I hate to say it, I think Justin Thomas, watching all this stuff happen, I know he's not in as good form as Dustin Johnson and John Rahm. He's still 7-1. He's only a few shots back. That's a guy that I'd be worried about. Rahm and Johnson played their butts off. They worked hard at it. Justin Thomas had a bad week. I think he kind of found something on the final day a little bit. I'm just saying, like, the price is horrible. And I don't like this tournament, to be honest with you. The format, it's stupid. I don't know what you do to change it. Maybe make it match play where the first person picks, I'll battle Mark Leishman or so. I don't know. The minus 10.
I like it. You know what? You know why I like it? Because the guy's not out on the course sitting there with a calculator. Like, what am I doing here? Last year, you had Tiger walking up to win the tournament and McIlroy coming up in the same group to win the FedEx. And then at the end, you're giving out 2 trophies. And hey, it's like the NHL regular season is 82 games. It matters. The regular season matters is what it tells you.
Yeah.
And that's why these guys, and honestly, the end result. So for this one tournament, say, well, I'm not really excited about this one tournament, but think about it. These guys collectively, right, instead of playing 15 to 18 tournaments, are now playing 22 to 25 tournaments, and they're playing more to make sure they get to here. So we reap the rewards all year long. I'm not going to shoot a hole in this week for all the great stuff we just got done talking about.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, the thing that bothers me, and the only thing that bothers me, is the guys at the bottom are even, and the leader is 10 under. It's 10 damn strokes. Is there a way we can just, I don't know, Brian. It's just even 8, 6. It's just, how the hell is Mackenzie Hughes, Kevin Na, Mark Leishman, Cam Smith, Cameron Champ, these guys, you could say
Billy Horschel, will you?
Billy Horschel.
Thank you. Don't ignore Billy Horschel.
I'm not going to take anything away from Billy Horschel. I'm glad he got in for you. This is his time of the year, but yeah, you said it. These guys are going to have to go absolutely bananas and put up a 60, 62. It's going to be nuts.
Well, but let me just say something to you, because the way this thing played out, Rom posted a number. So the guys that are back, 1 or 2 of them, they're going to be guys that just implode. But 1, 2, or 3 of these guys, knowing from the first tee, I'm flag hunting, right? And Dustin Johnson shooting at the middle of greens. And you start protecting that lead, your mindset's different. So the whole thing is to get this thing to within 3 to 5 shots heading to the weekend. But the mindset's going to be different. And sometimes, flipping a switch can be hard. So I don't discount somebody's chances from coming from 10's nuts.
Yeah, 10 is nuts.
I can see somebody coming 6. From 6, 7.
Yeah, I'm going to say around 6 with the quality of play. And yeah, I guess you could look at guys like Brendan Todd, Tony Finau if you're looking for a real bomb. But I kind of agree with your Webb Simpson play. You wouldn't miss that tournament unless you said, I'm ready to rock here, and I think I can come and make this tour championship, win $15 million instead of passing up $1 million.
Let's make some money tonight.
For outstanding information and special offerings and promotions, we invite you and encourage you to sign up for our newsletter today simply by going to the website at betmaker.com.
Believe me, I don't know the answer to this, I don't know if we could have found, but there's every opportunity that Webb Simpson's at East Lake. Or had, he was doing his stuff at East Lake. Probably not, but guys do that all the time, like for the Masters or they'll run in and get working on the course. But clearly, Cam, every time he tees it up the way he's playing, he's a contender. So why would he not play this week unless he said, I want the $15 million? I'm not worried about finishing 7th and I made $250,000. And I'm probably going to drop 2 or 3 spots. So I'm going to give up a couple of shots by doing this. But he did it for a reason that he skipped that event. He had to skip that event with a complete focus on this. And I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt that if he thinks that was the right game plan, and if he wins this thing, they're going to say, boy, wasn't he brilliant for doing that?
Exactly.
Well, instead of hearing about it after the fact, let's talk about it before the fact.
I agree. And the number, he's right. He's right at the top of this thing. So no, I don't have a problem with it. It's really going to be hard for me to go against guys like DJ and Rahm, but their prices suck. Thomas is a little bit better. I think, like if I were to look at the board right now, Thomas and Simpson look good to me. Those are guys I can deal with. And I'm going to tell you something, like Schauffele, and like I'm not like Schauffele's a guy like he makes.
I know.
Like he's starting to bother. Like he doesn't win. That's what I like about John Rahm. He gets it. When he's in contention, he wins. You could say the same about Jim Herman.
But you know what's going to happen,
right?
though? And I was going to bring up Schauffele, where he's just been flying under the radar, and bam, he shows up. But he's 7 back.
He's not. He's not getting 1 cent of my money.
The price blows.
Yeah, no, he's just
25.
Hideki and him. I put an X through them already. Bye. Done.
So I'm telling you, on the front end, and then this is going to be a matchup-driven thing for me. I guess I can't do it at 8-5. I would lean Dustin Johnson again, but I got to go with the Webb Simpson thing because it makes too much sense to me to ignore. And the one guy I'm taking a look at a nutso price is Sung Jae Im at 80-1.
Wow.
He's the one guy I'm going to take a swing with. He's 6 shots back, and I think the break hurt him more than anybody. And I know he's run hot and cold, but I can't get away from Sung Jae Im. Only 6 shots back at 80-1. That's an overlay. Yep. I mean, the way the current form right now, they're about the same. Schauffele at 25, 7 back, or Im 80-1. 6 back.
Oh, here's another one you could find. Stroke play winner. Starting strokes do not count. That's interesting.
Would you say that again?
72-hole stroke play winner. Starting strokes do not count. Not the -10, whatever. Like a real tournament. We all started even, and they have like an odds for just that. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Oh! I see what you're saying.
Ding dong.
No. So they're giving they're giving you another index where it's like a regular golf tournament.
Yeah. DJ's 5, Rahm 5, Rory 10, Thomas 10, Schauffele 11. Your boy Simpson's 14 on that one.
Oh, I love that. So it's who shoots the lowest score for 4
days. Yeah.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah. Got to get your own calculator going in your head. But Webb Simpson, if you like him that much, you might as well take him, right?
Simpson and him in that same regard. I mean, same thing. I mean, Sung Jae Im could shoot the lowest score over 4 days, and he finishes 4th by 4 shots.
Yeah, exactly. And know what his odds are? 70-1. You don't have to worry about where he starts. See, Brian, we're gonna have to go shopping. You know what I mean? You're picking up some other
cleanup.
You're picking out. I'm going. Hey Cam,
9. How's
the seafood? Like I'm going in for lobster tails and other things. I'm going to clean this turkey out right now. You got roasts? I'm here. Like you've seen me when you take me to Smith's in Vegas. Get another cart because that's the way I think you got to play it with this one too. You're getting great odds, and you don't have to worry about. Hey, I'm even par. Like just say they play great. Like that's amazing. So if you like Sung Jae Im, he's 70-1 here with actually a chance. And Horschel is 40. Like that's nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying.
See, I want to say this to you, and then it dawned on me. I don't know. Up in Canada, you're probably not getting the same commercials, but like with the hockey tournament,
bags of milk.
What? No. It's like you just see the same commercials over and over.
Yeah, with Martin Brodeur, you get the Enterprise. You've left your cup in the car. What is it? The Stanley Cup?
No, I just wish could we combine the two and save us all the misery? Could Subway just develop a 5-foot-long emu sub?
$5 foot long. When I go to Vegas, I actually like.
What is an
Subway.
emu? What is that thing? What is that? Is that like an ostrich's cousin?
Yeah, buddy, I've eaten seal before. You don't think I'd take a shot at an ostrich? It's probably.
You
need to tenderize it a little bit, but yeah.
What are those places called? There's one here. It's something blah 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 to Brazil. It's a meat thing.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They just put all the meat on the sword, and you just go nuts. Those are my favorite. $39.95, all you can eat. Yeah, just put that. Put that damn emu on a sword and get them down my belly.
The guy comes by with a plate, slaps something down, and go, "What's that?" It's an elephant wing. Like, what? I was hoping for a water buffalo steak.
Oh, buddy, I'm telling you though, those places, I love them. They don't like when I show up there because they're losing big money. That's the thing. Well, I'm just on sword number 7. They're like, when's this guy getting out of here? He's killing us. Can I have the choice bets, please?
Well, the end of the day, I mean, you literally, wouldn't it be possible if you went to a place like that you went in there and you ate them out of business and you lost 15 pounds because you literally did the entire month's worth of the Atkins diet. And now you would walk out the door and your liver would be the size of a grape. But other than that, you had a good time.
Great time. They have one of those at Casino, by the Casino Niagara, Brian. It's the best. Like, those places I don't know if they're around anymore during COVID, but they used to I used to go wild there. Like that. Those are my favorite stops. Yeah. It's like Vegas. I just don't eat for like a day or 2 days.
Well, it's like the Vegas place. They get the heart attack place, the downtown, and the guy actually has a heart attack.
Hey, he had a heart attack. That's great. 300 pounds or more, you eat free. Fantastic.
It's never a good thing when you walk in. They hand you your menu, and on the menu, the warning is kidney failure is a possibility.
Exactly. The nurses bring the defibrillators. I walked in there. It was a nightmare. I wasn't 300 pounds, so you don't eat for free. But, it's like, hey, I'm proud to be obese. I'm 480 pounds. Free bird.
Honey, why are these paddles on this table?
Exactly. They encourage it. Bunch of stooges. Anyway, so who are you taking?
Webb Simpson.
Webb Simpson. I'm on Webb Simpson with you, too. I'm going to play that angle.
I'm coming in. It's Webb Simpson and Sung Jae Im. That's it. And then I'm going to start doing tournament matchups. Are you got any guys you would flat out fade?
Mark Leishman. Mark Leishman's fade material. Cam Champ, I think, is fade material.
Kevin Kisner's, he flat out came out and said, when Dustin Johnson's playing like that, I get out of the way and I'm trying to put money in my bank account. Well, that's all this tournament is an ATM machine. How about playing Kisner in matchups?
Yeah, I got no problem with Kisner. He's actually been great again. He is consistent. Like the sun comes out in the morning. Kevin Kisner's like great for like a top 20. Like he's there. Brian, have you seen his recent form? Like third, like he played well this week too. Like Kisner's in good form. I got no problem with like if he's up against some of these other turkeys down at the bottom. I hate to say this. I'm happy for Mackenzie Hughes to get in there, but just getting in there was the battle. He's probably going to like get absolutely steamrolled. I'd probably fade him in some matchups. He made his money. He's got a kid on the way, right? I don't know how he's going to do.
Cam, that was what was awesome is he had to get up and down, and that was like winning a golf tournament. I mean, making that 5-footer guaranteed him $400,000 to play next week, bare minimum, and he gets into all the majors, all the WGC events. That 5-foot putt for him, literally, when you add it up down the road, was probably a $4 million putt.
Yeah, it was. And the way he hit it, and isn't it funny, Brian? He worked for the company where we first met you. He's from just outside the Hamilton area and knows the owner of the old station that we used to work at when we first met you. You see it on his shirt, The Score. It's an app now. It's a sports betting app. Anyway, besides that, I agree with you 100%. Like, that's the thing. And he has a kid on the way. He basically took care of his life. That putt was like life-changing. He doesn't make it. He's still doing quite well. But that now, like he's living very, very well for a long time now. Excellent point.
All right, Pally. That was fun. Should be good. It's been a great run, and we'll see who wins the Tour Championship this week.
Betmaker, let's make some money tonight.
Well, that's the Betmaker Show for now. We publish multiple times each week. We'd like to thank you for listening, and if you liked what you heard, please take a moment to leave a rating and review, or subscribe to our show feed, or share our show with a friend or two and help us grow the show. We very much appreciate it. Visit us on the web at betmaker.com. And reminder to sign up for the newsletter. Thanks to our engineer, Darren Vandermolen, and producer, Mike Gallivan. The Betmaker Show is a production of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated. Betmaker is a registered trademark. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this content without the express written consent of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated is strictly prohibited.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At Betmaker.com and the Betmaker Show, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.